When I actually sat on the front row, I just didn't want to go up. When I was actually sat in the seat before I was going up, I was just looking around the crowd and I felt a lot better because I thought, right, I'm going to just sit here and calm down. I relaxed because I'd meditated, just looked around and I saw someone who I felt completely drawn to. And I knew that it was a really weird sensation because I felt like there was somebody standing next to me because I get that warm feeling down my arm. And I kept doing really funny movements which I don't usually do, so I knew there was someone there, which was a real, real good feeling. It made me feel a lot more confident. But when I actually stood up, I was so nervous.
Next we now have Hannah.
The actual first time I sat in a circle, I was surrounded by these lovely people who really welcomed me, and they weren't strange people, they were actually normal people sitting around me who made me feel very comfortable. They all shook my hand and gave me a hug and said, just say what you feel. And when I sat there and Carol went through the meditation, I felt sort of very calm and relaxed and just felt really, really welcome and really intrigued by everybody.
So how did you get into the whole mediumship thing?
Well, really it was when my nan passed away, nearly 2 years ago now, and it was a big sort of strain on me because we were very close. I've always believed in afterlife, and when she died it sort of really hit us really hard. And I went to go and see a couple of mediums, wasn't that impressed, but wanted to carry on because I thought there was something there. So went along one day and we went to see Carol Green, and from then on I got really into it and really believed in what she was doing. She was really accurate in her readings and she was just fantastic.
How can I put this? Hannah is a very gentle person. She has a very gentle and assuming energy about her. Very honest girl. She's very willing, inquiring, and coming from the space that she actually did herself quite a service without realising it. She's not delusional, she's not frightened to ask questions. I was very surprised the way she moved forward so quickly, I have to say, but that does seem to happen quite a lot now. Often get people who've never done it before, literally after a couple of lessons they even surprise themselves, and I've noticed that more and more, that because people are not so frightened now to talk about things.
Well, we spoke to her after we'd seen her actually do a sort of clairvoyance show, and me and my mum both said we're really interested in it, and she put my mum on the waiting list, and then mum said to me, are you interested in doing it? I said definitely. So we sort of contacted Carol, got on the waiting list, but it was about sort of 6-7 months before we could even start with her because she was so busy doing it.
Yeah, well, before anybody comes on the course, I would have interviewed them anyway, and I've got a very strict rule on people who have been on severe depressive medicine. Not normally a good idea for them to be developing. Depends on the time span of when they were on that. Quite different from somebody who's had a breakdown, actually. Quite interesting. This is something that would be ongoing medication. If somebody's had what I call a close recent bereavement, acts in a 12-month span, I wouldn't take them on either, because their emotions are still churned, and people sometimes make the mistake of thinking, oh, I want to go and learn to be a medium so I can speak to my mum, dad, brother, sister, and that really is not the right thing to be doing, because you're coming from the wrong angle. The other thing is, I always ask them is why, and I've heard some wonderful stories. I want to save the world and change my life. The one I usually go for is when they say, I haven't got the faintest idea, I don't know. I just feel it's something I've got to do, and that is the one I'll listen to.